Greetings to all our viewers and listeners who are watching this very important part of our TV show. A special fatalofa to all our Year 10 students who are now taking Food and Textiles Technology or FTT as a call to be succeed. Before we start, I want you to take out your FTT book and a pen so that you can take notes from our lesson. Our lesson for today is from Strand 2, which is Food and Nutrition. From Strand 2, Food and Nutrition. I have chosen Substrand 2 as our focus for today, which is food nutrients and their applications to food preparations. Food nutrients and their applications to food preparations. The key learning outcome that you should be able to demonstrate or your understanding of by the end of this lesson is nutrients working together in our body. Nutrients working together in our body. The specific learning outcomes we need to discuss are: first one, list the interrelationship of nutrients in grouping them according to their purpose in the body. List the interrelationship of nutrients in grouping them according to their purpose in the body. For example, iron and vitamin is for hemoglobin, and etc. Before we continue on with our lesson, I want you to understand the word hemoglobin. Hemoglobin as given in the first SLO. Okay. What is hemoglobin? The word hemoglobin before? Alright. Hemoglobin is a protein in red blood cells which contains iron. It is used to transport oxygen around the human body. Hemoglobin also is found in the blood cells of all vertebrates apart from white-blooded fish. It also occurs in some invertebrates. And let's move on to our second SLO. Our second SLO is to combine recommendations for supplying good economical sources of main nutrients in meals. Combine recommendations for supplying good economical sources of main nutrients in meals. Write recommendations for good economical sources of nutrients in meals. Refer to guidelines or recommended ideas in order to supply economical sources of nutrients in meals. Before we move on, I want you to think about the word nutrient or nutrients. So, what are nutrients? What are nutrients? You can write your answers in your exercise book about what nutrients are. Alright, for the word nutrient or nutrients, they are the compounds in foods essential to life and health, providing us with energy, the building blocks for repair and growth, and substances necessary to regulate chemical processes. Nutrients also is a substance used by organisms to survive, grow, and reproduce. They provide nourishment and energy to the body, helps in growing, and boost body functions. Nutrients are substances in food that your body needs to function properly through the day. If you have your answers, then add those to your notes. Alright, hopefully you have a better understanding of our topic from what we discussed before. And from the food we eat and consume in our everyday meals, there is always a supply of nutrients. Those foods can also be put together according to the nutrients they provide. Those foods also provide major nutrients such as carbohydrates, lipids or fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water. I'm pretty sure you learned those when you were in Year 9 last year. And the given diagram will help you for your study about the 6 major nutrients. The diagram also indicates the 6 major nutrients with very variety of colors. From the 6 major nutrients we were talking about, they also can be divided into 2 types of nutrients. 2 main types of nutrients. Those are macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients and micronutrients. Before we continue, I want you to have a good understanding of these 2 words, especially their prefix, which are macro and micro. Remember, there are 2 different types, macronutrients and micronutrients. For the first word, which is macronutrients, its prefix is macro. What do you mean about macro? Or what is macro? Alright, macro means large and micro means small. For the first type, called macronutrients, they are the main nutrients our body needs in a greater amount or quantities. They are the nutritive components of food that the body needs for energy and to maintain the body's structure and systems. Those macronutrients are carbohydrates, fats, fiber, proteins, and water. Another type of nutrients are micronutrients. Micronutrients are chemical substances or elements that are required in less quantity or less amount. They also help in coordination with a range of physiology functions to maintain health and support normal growth and development of human. Those micronutrients are mostly vitamins and minerals and are equally important but consumed in very small amounts. In order for you to understand more about the 2 types of nutrients, you should observe the given diagram so that you could have more opportunities to gain knowledge about nutrients. For a specific learning outcome number 2, we need to look at nutrients and their purposes in the body. As it says here, combine recommendations for supplying good economical sources of main nutrients in meals. Combine recommendations for supplying good economical sources of main nutrients in meals. And here are some of the recommendations. Recommendations: foods that naturally are nutrient rich include fruits and vegetables, lean meats, fish, whole grains, dairy, legumes, nuts, and seeds are also high in nutrients. Store foods properly, such as keeping cold foods cold and sealing some foods in airtight containers. Keep vegetables in a crisper section of the refrigerator. Try washing or scraping vegetables rather than peeling them. Nutrients and their purposes in the body. Nutrients have 1 or more of 3 basic functions. They provide energy, contribute to body structure, and or regulate chemical processes in the body. These basic functions allow us to detect and respond to environmental surroundings, move, excrete wastes, breathe, grow, and reproduce. In your exercise book, make sure to copy and draw this table and follow the given instructions. For your activity 1, complete the table with the appropriate nutrients. Complete the table according to what is needed. Activity 1, fill in a table with the appropriate nutrients. Right, you have your pen and your book so that you can draw the table and complete with the following instructions. The first column is for your macronutrients and the second column is for your micronutrients. Right? For our first column, macronutrients, examples, carbohydrates, proteins. I'm pretty sure you have your answers, and these are some of the answers that I'm trying to make for you. For your macronutrients, there are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, calcium. And for micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, iron, and zinc. You can name more so that you can complete our table. Right, that's our first activity. Our second activity, you have another table. On that table is about nutrients, their sources and functions. So remember our 6 major nutrients. You have to write down the sources of each nutrient and their functions. Nutrients for the first column, it is for nutrients. The second column for your sources of those nutrients, and the third column is for functions of all your listed nutrients. And that's your activity, your second activity. You should learn more from our lesson. And that's our table. For nutrients, we have carbohydrates, the sources of carbohydrates, example taro or green bananas, tamu, and etc. Carbohydrates, they supply energy for our body, provide the body with glucose, which is converted to energy used to support bodily functions and physical activity. Another nutrient is protein or proteins. They're found from meat, fish, and beans, and many other sources of proteins. Proteins are for growth and repair of body cells. The third one are vitamins. The good sources of vitamins are from fruits and our vegetables. They are needed for vision, healthy skin and mucous membranes, bone and tooth growth, and healthy immune system. Our fourth nutrient is our minerals. We get our minerals from red meat and vegetables also. They are needed for proper fluid balance, nerve transmission, and muscle contraction. Another major nutrient are fats and oils or lipids. We found fats or lipids from animal fats like chicken, fish, olive oil, palm oil, soybean, and many other types of oil that we are now using for our cooking. The sources of oils, those are the sources of oils, and their functions is for provision of energy and a source of energy in the human diet, structural component, and carrier of vitamins, and etc. The last one is water. As we all know, without water, we never be here today. And sources of water, we have water from our foods we eat. For example, we have water in our soup and milk and tea and also drinking water. Functions of water in our body. It helps to convert food into energy and helps nutrients absorption. Tato tamayata lea, ito te mata maya. Ngala vai sosoana, itato le sona. Sa to falong longo, mo to mai moa maya, inine yaso.
Staying healthy and having lots of energy is important if you want to do the things you enjoy. One of the best ways to achieve this is by eating healthy food. Yum! There are important things that are present within the food we eat, and they are called nutrients. Nutrients help our body to function properly. Let's look at some of these important nutrients. Fats. Fats are used by our body to keep us warm, protect our organs, and carry vitamins around our body. There are 2 types of fats: healthy fats and unhealthy fats. Healthy fats are great for our bodies and can be found in nuts, avocados, olive oils, fish, eggs, and soya beans. Unhealthy fats are not good for us, and eating too much of it can cause serious health problems. These fats can be found in processed foods, pastries, and biscuits. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are a nutrient found in 2 forms: sugars, present in fruits, vegetables, beans and dairy, and starches present in rice, potatoes, grains, breads and cereals. The major portion of food we eat has carbohydrates. However, it's extra important for kids to include them in their diet to stay alert and active during the day. Protein. It is very important to include foods rich in proteins in our diets every day, as they are important for the growth and repair of our bodies. Protein-rich food to include in our diet are lean meats, eggs, fish, tofu, seeds, nuts and beans. Vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are essential to keep us healthy. Did you know that they help us grow, help us to see, keep our organs, bones, muscles and skin healthy, as well as help us to fight diseases? Vitamins and minerals can be found in all types of fresh fruits and vegetables. Calcium. Calcium is an incredibly important mineral. Calcium is stored in our teeth and bones and keeps them strong and prevents cracks and breaks. You can find calcium in dairy products such as milk, yogurt and cheese, as well as leafy green vegetables, nuts and seeds. Fiber. Fiber is a substance that helps us with the organs inside our stomach. This means it helps us to remove the waste from our bodies and stay healthy. Fiber can be found in foods such as brown rice, whole grain bread, cereals, nuts, seeds, fruits, and vegetables. Water. Water is essential for helping your body digest and use the nutrients found in the foods you eat every day. Therefore, it is important to drink lots of water every day to help with this process. It is very important to ensure that your daily diet includes a variety of all these foods. Having a balanced diet makes sure that our bodies receive all the nutrients we need to have energy, stay healthy, and continue growing. However, sometimes we eat foods that are tasty but aren't healthy. Many of these are packaged convenience foods, which are full of unhealthy fats and sugars. We can enjoy eating these foods, but it's important to only eat these types of foods sometimes, as a treat, as too much of it will cause us to become unhealthy and sick. So make sure you keep your daily diet full of delicious, brightly coloured fresh foods that provide lots of different nutrients, and drink plenty of fresh water to keep yourself energized.
And here's another definition to assist you about our strand. As we all know, that our strand is about food and nutrition. The term nutrition is a critical part of health and development. Better nutrition is related to improved infant, child and maternal health, stronger immune systems, safer pregnancy and childbirth, lower risk of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. Remember, healthy children learn better. And that concludes our lesson for today. Have a good day and stay safe.